TikTok is like the main contributor to the success I've had.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful.
And it attaches you directly to the type of people that would like your type of stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
It understands.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know how this algorithm works. Probably there's a demon under their covers figuring it all out.
No, I don't know, but that demon be hitting.
Is that something that do you like making TikToks? Do you understand it's part of the job, or is it something? It's like a love-hate type of thing? What do you think?
I like it. I try not to take it too seriously, because I know a lot of people take it like it's a job, like consistently posting content to grow. But I've kind of gotten out of that mindset of grow, grow, grow. And for me, it's just a tool to connect with people and experiment. So when I want to put out a song, I like to tease it on TikTok and see what the reception is and see what kind of audience I have. So for me, it's just fun.
And what does your audience look like so far?
Eclectic, beautiful people.
That's awesome.
A lot of girls, gays, theys, and some dudes as well, which I love to see. And it's honestly the exact type of audience that I would have imagined for myself, like my own people, South Asian people, but also beautiful Black people, Hispanic people, people from Cambodia, people from Brazil. Like, it's just so interesting to see them gravitate towards this type of music because it's so unfamiliar to them. But it just warms my heart that like that vision of getting it to as many, like as much of a variety of people as possible is actually happening.
Yep. And you played or you performed on like a pretty big stage recently in Canada. What was that like?
That was insane.
Yeah.
That was insane, actually. I've never performed in a space that large with that many people that are so talented.
Yeah.
And all brown people, which was crazy. I've never really been tapped into our space like that. All brown talent, all brown coordinators, all brown crowd. I was mesmerized, especially 5X, just as a collaborative organization, the people behind the festival. It was just incredible from start to finish. I would 100 million% recommend, if you have never been to a 5X, please check it out. Insane.
And was that the largest stage you've ever performed on?
Yes.
And so how did you feel coming up to like right before you performed? Were you nervous? Were you excited? Like what was going through your head?
I was nervous. Oh my God. I get the worst stage fright like 2 minutes before going on stage. But then as soon as I get on stage, something just happens and I get into artist mode. And like this Shreya turns off and then the bad bitch just comes alive. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you style yourself too?
For the most part, yeah.
Wow, because I noticed like for every performance you've also done, like you're styled, wearing of course like desi inspired clothing, but you put a lot of like different twists to it that I really like.
I try to. My main motto is, because right now I'm not at the stage where I'm gonna headline any festival. I'm not that big, but whenever people see me at a festival, I want to look like the headliner.
Yeah.
I want people to watch me and be like, "Who the fuck is that?" I want to have like that stage presence, that charisma, that look that people just immediately gravitate to.
And you dance as well, right? You choreograph?
I mean, not really. I'm not the best dancer, but I try to have like a little 1-2 step in there.
Yeah.
To keep it moving.
Now, I can tell like Houston is like, I can like hear it in your voice. Like,
yeah.
It's in your...
Yeah, it never leaves you.
Yeah.
Never leaves you. And I was really tapped in. Like, honestly, in Houston, I really was in a bubble. I only hung out with my producers, both of whom are like R&B producers that grew up in the church, and it just kind of sticks with you.
Yeah. And so when you have producers like that, how do you inform your culture on it?
It's just it's a beautiful melting pot, honestly, because they were the ones that produced Ladke, and they're the ones that produce Old Dude. They produce everything for me. So it's just passing ideas back and forth. Like, they come from an R&B background. They don't know anything about Indian scales, the Indian language. And I, starting the musical journey, I had no idea about R&B. I just kind of fell into it. So it's really just been an exchange of ideas and trying to work out kinks and make both the cultures fit and mesh.
Yeah.
It's been a good process.
And I'm assuming on their side too is like it's also exploration in a way, and they get to have fun and learn.
Yeah.
And so what was your song that you made after, comes out of production, like, yo, this is fire, like, this is it? Like, you knew that you were, like, making, like, music now. You've leveled up.
I think Gluttony was the first song that we made that I was like, whoa, this is it. And it's to this day my most popular song.
Really? Mm-hmm. And that's the one that popped off in the beginning on that first project too, right?
Yeah.
And you're saying when that came out, you had like that first wave of like editorial and other things. Like, what did that feel like showing like your friends and your family? Like, yo, like look at this.
No, I didn't really have that many friends in Houston. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I was just in a bubble. Mm-hmm. And my family, they didn't really understand because mm-hmm. they're not really familiar with the music industry. They're not mm-hmm. familiar with music blogs and mm-hmm. influencer culture or anything like that. So I didn't feel like they would even be able to understand if I showed them.
Yeah.
So I just showed my producers and we just be in the studio like geeking, like, oh my God,